And we are back with episode 2 of Dice Tray Jacuzzi. My name is Tom. You might know me as the Adventure Sage.
And I'm Mitch, the Dual Wielder.
And together we are the Fable Brothers, brought to you to talk about anything D&D, Warhammer, TTRPGs, things that nerds do. We are on the ultimate journey of nerddom, of dorkdom, and we have come back to you today to talk about stuff. So let's get into it. No sponsor today, so we can just hop right into things. Mitch, how you doing?
Chilling. A little hungover.
I can't say I'm hungover, but I did just wake up like a half hour ago. It is a crispy Sunday morning here in Colorado. I just woke up. I got my coffee right before we started recording. I burned the fuck out of my tongue, so that's awesome.
That's what I'm doing right now. Burning my tongue with this hot-ass coffee.
Not bad, not bad. Yeah, I have not done a lot of drinking this weekend. For those of you who don't know, which is probably everyone, I have a very bad back, which was perpetuated by years of poor form in lifting, football, and me not taking care of it when I was younger. But this past year, I've taken a lot of strides to fix it, to make it stronger, and I've pretty much alleviated all of my lower back pain by just consistently strengthening it on a weekly basis for over a year now. It's crazy when you actually tackle the root cause of the problem, how that most of the time will fix it instead of just going and putting Band-Aids onto the chiropractor.
Or taking pain meds.
Yeah, taking pain meds.
That's the thing. People don't understand how it works. The reason why you're crushing your back all the time and it hurts all the time is because you have no muscle to do the things that you're trying to do with your back.
Yeah.
You're just trying to put all the weight on your spine.
For a decade. Yeah, for a decade, I had a chiropractor subscription. And then one day I was finally like, you know what? Nothing's changing. It's not getting better. I'm just going to actually strengthen it. And it was stupid. And it was the dumbest little exercise that I had to do just once a day for 2 minutes. And I felt weak because my back couldn't even hold up my own weight. And now a year later, my back is completely fine. Except right now. It's actually broken in half right now. I don't know what I did. It's not involved with my lower back, which is, it's good. It's relieving. It means this shit I'm doing is working, but it feels like it's right in the middle of my mid back. And it feels like someone fucking folded me in half. So I am highly immobile right now. I got a heating pad on my mid back right now. It feels nice.
Somebody's got a voodoo doll of you.
Dude, straight up. I was just sitting. Yeah, I was sitting at my counter on Friday and I just felt my back lock up and I was like, huh, that's weird. So I get up and I try to stretch it out and it just made it worse. It's very, very slowly getting better, but I do not know what I did to it. I've changed up my workout routine. I've started going to a gym one day a week instead of working out in my home gym just to get access to the machines and stuff that I don't have at home. Maybe that had to do it. My body does not like change. When I try to change my routine, my body fights back. So who knows? But yes, I'm very immobile right now, but very happy to not be hungover.
Yeah, my back feels fine. Had some drinks last night, smoked a stove, played some Warhammer, the usual.
Did you win?
I did win. And then I won the 1,500 point game, and then the 500 point game, it was like 11:30. So we just both said, fuck this. We're going to go smoke a stove because it was just taking too long.
Nice.
So we'll chop that one up to a tie. I think I would have pulled it out, but we'll chop it up to a tie. The hangover meal I had for breakfast this morning was 3 dry ass pieces of cornbread heated up in the microwave with 2 eggs and ground beef, a jalapeno, and tomatoes put on top of it. That's what I ate for breakfast.
The goulash.
Fucking bowl of shit.
My hangover meal is pretty much every time I'm extremely hungover, I need a sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle from McDonald's. Puts me right back to my normal self. Every time I'm eating it when I'm not hungover, makes me feel like shit. But it brings me back to life. I feel like I was born again whenever I eat a sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle from McDonald's. Not sponsored.
Fuck no, we will never be sponsored by McDonald's because I fucking hate them. Fuck McDonald's.
Well, anyways, this is a D&D podcast, and we have not talked a single thing about D&D. Let's address the elephant in the room. Critical Role's back, baby.
Woo!
And boy, oh boy, they are fucking back. Mitch has not finished the episode, but we both watched the first, 2.5 hours together?
Yeah, so I stayed up till It was 2 hours after it started. It started at 9. So I stayed up till like 11 watching. And you did as well. And then you watched the rest the next day.
Correct.
I'm not subscribed because I'm a fake fan. I unsubscribed when they weren't putting out any content. So I unsubscribed from them. So I have not watched the second half yet.
But yeah, it is awesome. Let's try. I'm gonna try and put my thoughts into as concise of words that I can explain. Is I've seen a lot of people saying like, "Oh, this has caused a rift in the fan base." Why? This is awesome. Brennan Lee Mulligan, and there's no competition. It's not a comparison game. But I think if you're looking at like skill as a dungeon master, Brennan Lee Mulligan is the only person I've seen that is on par with Matt Mercer, if not better. And it's one of those things where this big switch up has like reinvigorated. You can tell everyone is interested again. Everyone is excited. It's like reinvigorated everything. They got new cast members and all of them are very good. It's this whole different thing. And the West March's style of it, we've only seen one episode, so we haven't really truly dived into that aspect of it. But like in the episode, they're like switching out as one group moves to another room. Brendan's like, "Oh, okay, well, you see this person in here." And then another character comes in and someone leaves. So it's really cool to see this whole dynamic of like characters leaving and coming to the table at any given moment. I know it's not going to stay like that. They're eventually going to split into groups, and no spoilers mentioned. I don't want to spoil the episode, but they kind of, you can see that start to happen in the second half of the episode.
One little spoiler. I think some of it started happening when they started leaving the funeral, the house.
Well, yeah, I'm okay with spoiling it for the people watching this, because if you've watched, you've probably watched the episode of Critical Role by now.
Yeah. Well, I know I won't say like names, but Travis and Luis, they left to go find Laura's character, so I'm assuming they're gonna group up and like move on somewhere else. That's just my guess.
Yeah, exactly. So. But it's really interesting, and this is kind of like, it's the exact same thing that we were talking about last episode, where this is such an interesting way to start a campaign where essentially you have this cutscene at the beginning where you think something's going to happen. They're about to go into combat, like they're about to bust this guy out of the hanging, and it doesn't happen. Whatever they tried fails, and the guy gets fucking hanged. And
it kickstarts the campaign.
And now it's this giant funeral that everyone is meeting at. Like it's the common denominator that we were talking about last week. Give everyone like something to talk about. Well, everyone's at this funeral because for some reason they knew this guy or they have to be here. So talk about that. And I haven't seen this before in a D&D campaign where there's so many people. Like it feels like a movie. It feels like cinematic. And I'm happy about that. I think it's really interesting to see all these characters come together and to see how many motives are conflicting with each other, which I'm not gonna spoil anything. But especially in the second half of the episode, as more characters get introduced, you really see like, oh shit, this isn't like a D&D party in a traditional sense. All of these characters have their own motives and shit they're trying to do. And I don't know if anyone could do what is happening right now besides Brennan Lee Mulligan. Like,
dude, he's so good.
The entire time I'm watching the episode, I'm like, dude, how the fuck are you remembering all of this? How are you remembering all these characters? Yeah.
When Sam and I don't know, the new girl's characters show up, they're driving the carriage, and then the carriage abruptly stops, and they're like, what happened? He's like, oh, the foliage. That was from a Spellbringer cast like 40 minutes ago, just a flavor spell. And it's just like, how do you think of that? Like, I don't know. Brennan is the like best yes and / like fuck it we ball DM I have ever seen. Yeah. Like he of course has all the knowledge and knows where he wants to take everyone and has everything prepped, but like in the moment he can do anything and it just makes sense.
Yeah. But it's a really cool start to the campaign, and I love you. Anyone who's watched the podcast, anyone who's watched Sage's Nook knows I love dark campaigns and dark settings. This shit was somber. It was somber and it was dark, and it opened with a dramatic scene where someone gets fucking hanged when they think he's gonna get out and escape, and it fucking doesn't work, and it doesn't it's just so good. It's so good. It's so cool. I am really enjoying all the characters. There's a couple that, I'm real lukewarm about, but like Travis's character, fuck yeah. Love Travis's character.
It seems cool.
It like, he just seems like a perfect fit for Travis. Now, don't get me wrong. Chetney Pocketby's funny. I like Chetney, but Chetney was a joke.
He was a joke character that somehow didn't die because Matt wanted to punish him.
Yeah, well, like Travis even said in an interview, he's like, I do not know how Chetney's still alive. Like, I planned for him to die so much earlier in the campaign. But
well, I honestly, that's another thing about like campaign 3. I think they planned on Chetney not surviving, and then he did, and then they were like, okay, well, what do we do? And that's where they made up the Gorgine stuff, where they like went into the jungle to find his people. I think that was all made up because they're like, what do we do with them?
Yeah. I mean, who knows? But this new campaign, I am already so much more invested than I was in campaign 3. And it's only one episode. I think it's so cool. I think the world that Brennan is building is super awesome. Again, no spoilers. Not going to spoil the second half of the episode for Mitch. But like, he ain't playing around. He'll fucking kill people if he wants to. Like, I need that dire. I need the stakes. There are already stakes, and it's episode 1. It's so refreshing, and it makes me happy. I almost made a video about this yesterday. Like, Critical Role is one of those pieces of media where it came at I started watching it at a very formative time in my life. A time where I felt, I don't want to get too deep and sappy, but we started watching Critical Role in a very uncertain time in our lives. We were just about to move out of Georgia. We were going back to Florida as brothers and stuff. And we didn't really kind of know what was going to happen next. But when I started watching Critical Role, that shit made me happy. Like, that was like my anchor. That was my thing that I could pour myself into, to distract from all the crazy stuff happening in our lives at the same time. I didn't feel that with campaign 3. I didn't feel that joy that I got from watching Critical Role, from binging campaign 2.
I think I honestly, I'm kind of, you're a bigger fan than me. I have only watched like 20 episodes of campaign 2, but then I've watched like 70 episodes of campaign 3 because I showed Tom Critical Role when we first started getting into D&D when we were living in Georgia together. Yeah. I was like, hey, like, I know you're like interested. Like, I listened to this one episode of the first campaign. I listened to the first episode. I was like, this seemed pretty cool. You should check it out. And Tom was like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess I'll check that out at some point. And then I talked to him like a couple days later about, he's like, oh yeah, I've listened to 8 episodes already. I'm like, what? Yeah. So I haven't watched a ton of the first 2 campaigns because I really got into it in the 3rd campaign when it first started. Me and Tom stayed up and ate B-dubs on our couch in Florida and watched
it would start
all the way through.
10
and
o'clock.
I had work at 8 in the morning, and it was like, what, 2 when we went to bed?
Yeah, we got our B-dubs. We'd get our B-dubs. We'd sit on the couch, eat our B-dubs. I mean, we did that for like a month. Like the first few episodes, we did that. But campaign 2 was like an anchor in my life that made me happy. It was my thing that I could do to, unwind and relax and, just kind of lose myself in a world. And I feel that happening with this one. Like, I feel that happiness, that warm joy inside. And it's not Critical Role's job to make me happy, all right? I know that they're a fucking business. They're a media creator. I feel that with this one. I feel invested, and I feel really excited for what's coming. But yeah, Travis's character is fucking awesome. I don't want to spoil anything. Robbie's character, fucking cool as hell.
Yeah, he looked cool in the art. I haven't met him yet.
He's really cool. Really cool. Matt Mercer's character is, people are going to have some thoughts about him. And I like him a lot.
I heard he's like Gaston.
He's kind of a little shit. But he's very, very cool. I get very Mitch, you'll see this. This isn't really a spoiler. I get very Jaime Lannister vibes from Matt's character.
Yeah, like okay, yeah, Jaime.
Yeah, Gaston. Very cool. Interesting. Very interesting character.
Very arrogant.
Yeah, I think he's a very cool character, and I'm very excited to see what happens with him. But yeah, I'm just excited. I'm just very excited. That's all I can really say without turning this entire podcast episode into a deep dive dissection of the first campaign episode. I'm very excited. I was very, very pleasantly, not surprised, but just
Reinvigorated
and satisfied. I was satisfied watching this. I wanted more. When the episode ended, I went, damn. I wish I could just binge this, because I binged the second campaign. I never had to wait for an episode. I wish I could just binge this right now. That's how excited I am.
I mean, I'm excited too. I'm excited to get into this and like really give it like another shot of like starting when it starts. You know what I mean? Because it's so much more doable when like, oh, I have one episode a week to listen to. When you're like behind like 30 episodes, it's like, oh, it like feels like such a drag, even though it's not. Technically it's easier, but it's just like, oh, it's so insurmountable that you end up just being like, okay, I'm not listening.
Yeah, exactly. It can be overwhelming, but no, I'm very excited. I will definitely. It's unfortunate because my D&D nights are Thursdays, so I can't watch it. Not that it's like live anymore, but I can't watch it Thursday night. So I'll just be watching it on Fridays. But yeah, I'm very excited, very, very happy so far, and yeah, I feel it's making me happy. It's not on them how they make me feel. But life is better when Critical Role is making me happy. So
yeah.
But let's move on. I don't want to turn this whole episode. Yeah, I don't want to turn this whole episode into a Critical Role debrief. I want to talk about something that is also kind of ingrained in what's currently happening with D&D. So I reference Zach the Bald a lot when we're just talking and stuff, because he's one of my favorite content creators of D&D. I particularly like his podcast. He does a little weekly podcast every now and then on YouTube. But I was listening to his most recent podcast. This was the day after we recorded our previous episode. And dude, he has the same fucking problem with D&D that we do right now. There's no goddamn content. There's no campaign book.
There's no big campaign.
He was saying the same exact thing, and he was getting heated over it. And I was in my car on the way to the gym, and I was like, yes, finally, someone else say it. Someone with it.
Saying that past 4 episodes.
Someone with a bigger voice, a bigger platform, fucking say this shit. There's no book. Where's the campaign? We're a year into the new rule set. We don't have a campaign book.
And that's not even including all of the beta testing and all of the pre-release shit they did. They didn't even have a book to release it with. They still don't have a book. I don't even think they've teased a campaign book for this setting. They've teased a campaign book of the Adventures in the Forgotten Realms, which is a bunch of, mini adventures in the Forgotten Realms. That's not a campaign. Where is the campaign? Where is it? I want to play a long story. Stop re-releasing Tyranny of Dragons. I don't want to play it anymore. Ah!
Yeah, dude, it's such a fucking cash grab now, because dude, straight up, I can already see this coming. They're gonna adapt Strahd for 2024 rules. Leave Strahd in the previous edition. It was awesome. It was great. It was rich in theme. Do something else now. You already did Strahd. You did Strahd. That's not even the first time Strahd happened. That was another readaptation of Curse of Strahd from a previous edition.
And if you're gonna do it, just do a continuation of the story in Barovia, doing something else.
Like, just give us something new.
Curse of Strahd Part 2, where it's like a new Lich Overlord takes over the Barovian realm or something. I don't know. But you can't stop with the re-releases. I feel like the past 4 books have just been re-releases of old adventures. I don't want to play them.
Exactly, yeah. What's it? Quest of the Infinite Staircase? That's just old adventures re-released for the current edition. Fucking, how about we take our creative minds and we fucking make something new? We want new stuff. You don't want people to, you're worried about people crying on the internet? How about this? People are always going to cry on the internet, but guess what? If you make it good, a lot less people are going to cry about it on the internet. You don't see people crying over Rime of the Frost Maiden. You don't see people crying over Curse of Strahd. You know why? Because they were fucking great books.
Yeah, and they're unique. They're done well. They have good lore. They got a good theme. They're fun to play.
Yeah, it's just make good shit. It's that easy. I know it's not easy, but from a conceptual standpoint, hey guys, instead of just trying to adapt previous adventures, how about we make something new? And hear me out. How about we make it good? Gets thrown out of the window. No! Re-release Curse of Strahd for the 3rd time.
We need to take another adventure and combine it with Horde of the Dragon Queen and make Tyranny of Dragons 3.
Re-release Waterdeep. How about we re-release Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus?
We know you just got the Sunlit
Sunlit Citadel? Something like that?
We know you just got the Sunlit Citadel, which is a bunch of one-shots. And you just got Steps Through the Infinite Staircase, which is another bunch of random one-shots. And then you got the Vecna Adventure, which is the best hits of the Forgotten Realms travel around the world. And then it's just all one-shots. It's all books filled with mini one-shot. Oh, you can run them as a campaign, or you could run them all as little adventures. I want a continuous campaign story. I don't want that.
Yeah.
Rant over. We'll talk about something else.
Fuck it, dude. Let's just make our own.
We talk about that every fucking week. It's grinding our gears.
Let's just make our own. Make our own campaign.
Our own campaign.
I got my own world. It's fleshed out.
We'll put our barbarian in there.
Yeah, we'll put our fucking shout barbarian that we're making in there. Like, just make something fucking new, dude. Please. Make something new. Every subclass that they've made so far in the new edition that's new is cool. The World Tree Barbarian, that's fucking cool, dude. The College of Dance Bard, it's fucking cool. It's interesting. Keep doing stuff like that. Stop making cool new stuff like tiny. This is what they do. They make a little water drop of cool new stuff. They go, here's a new drip of something new and interesting. And they're like, oh shit, dude, that little taste, that little sip of that drink, that tasted really good. Can I have the rest of that? No, actually, we're gonna now open your mouth. Here's an entire glass of frickin' Malort of old stuff that we're remastering. Hey, can I have that drink, that new drink over there? No, actually, you're gonna have 7 drinks of the thing you've been drinking for the last 10 years. You don't get the new one. You were only allowed to get a taste.
Yeah, it's like hey, we got this brand new sauce here. You can put it on all of your food you have. Well, the only food I have is the ones I've had for the past 10 years. Guess you got to try this and that. You got no more food.
Yeah.
Where's the new food? I ordered takeout. No, sorry, you got to eat your frozen meal again.
Just leave it in the previous edition. Stop remastering things. We can remaster things on our own. I ran Curse of Strahd for a few months with the new rule set, and guess what? It was fine. All right, I don't need to pay $60 to get the new stat blocks of the monsters in Curse of Strahd. It's fine. Leave it. It already won. You already won with Curse of Strahd. Don't try and re-release it so you can now lose.
Another thing I've noticed, I'm pretty sure on D&D Beyond, they made it so you have to buy the full books. You can't just buy bits of them anymore.
I didn't even
remember
know
how you used to be able. Yeah, you could buy like I want to buy the items of this book, or I want to buy the spells or the classes or whatever. And you could do it individually. You can't do that anymore. So if you want the Artificer, you have to go buy the Eberron book for $60 instead of just paying the $10 for the Artificer.
Yeah, it's just one of those things.
The Warforge. It's
like, because Magic is this money printing machine. You release a new set every 5 days and you make $1 million. You can't do that with D&D. Sorry. And then look, I'm a Magic hater. Everyone knows this at this point. If you watch the podcast, I do not like Magic. I do not fuck with it. I'm sure the card game is fun. I'm not taking a second mortgage on my house to afford all the new releases of Magic. Not doing it. Not getting into it. I already play Warhammer. All right, I got enough shit to worry about financially. So you can't just release a new D&D set and make $1 million off of it. You have to make it good. If you're going to release a new book, you got to make it good. This is so much more than a card game. Can we try again? Can we start trying? Starter set's fine, but I want something big. I want a big book that I sit in my chair at night and I read and I feel immersed. And if you don't do it, I'm going to fucking do it.
Yeah.
Fine. I'll do it myself. Fuck, dude. I was getting to that point yesterday. I was in the car. I was brainstorming. I was like, dude, I might just have to write my own campaign. I might just have to write my own campaign book.
Yeah, we could try. I mean, that would be the same as like third-party stuff. I want an official book because they can use all the official stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in any third-party campaign, they're all like they're good, but they can't necessarily include all of this stuff that D&D has to offer because it's technically not theirs.
Yeah.
So like they'll have a lot of monsters in like third party stuff that are like very, very similar to D&D monsters, but just like named something else and has like a little bit of a different ability. It's just kind of like, okay, see, I'd rather just like have them throw in this monster that I know so I don't have to try and relearn, even though I read it and then eventually I'm like, oh, this is just a zombie.
Yeah.
You know, like, but they can't use the likeness or whatever.
Yeah, when I first started creating content, like what, 3.5 years ago at this point, I originally was releasing tiny little one shots on Patreon that would revolve around a monster in D&D. So I would have like this entire 10-page outline of like, here's these plot hooks and here's these devices you can use to solve the mystery and blah blah blah. And if your party chooses to go this way, you can throw this at them. But at the beginning of the one shot, I always had to put this disclaimer like, I'm not affiliated with D&D. If you want the monster that this entire one shot is based on, you got to go buy this book first. It's like, yeah, I get it. There's always going to be some sort of like disconnect. And if you want there to not be a disconnect, there's a paywall because you got to buy a book. Yeah, I'm getting frustrated. I love D&D. I think the new edition's awesome. I'm like the biggest advocate for the new edition I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome. I think it's great. I think it's so much more balanced. And I think that it's one of those things where it's not perfect, but it is such a level up from the previous edition, and there's nothing to accompany it. And I'm getting frustrated, and I don't want to keep talking about this every week.
Yeah, we talk about it every week now.
It's because it's just pissing me off.
I'm usually the one who brings it up.
I'm excited about the new edition. I'm excited for everything that's happening with Critical Role especially, and it just sucks that like D&D has nothing to follow up this cool new rule set, and that's probably why fucking a lot of people don't like it. There's nothing to go with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's nothing to play. I mean, you can play one shots, but there's nothing to get a major campaign going unless you do a homebrew.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to a different topic. Mitch, you got anything? You got anything for this week? Not a lot of D&D news this week.
The Warcraft stream is coming. The World of Warcraft stream is on the way.
Yes. All right, let's talk about this. The World of Warcraft stream is coming. There's a good chance that if you're already watching this, we have already streamed it, and it's not going anywhere. We this weekend, what was it? Friday night? Thursday night?
It was Thursday night. We were watching Critical Role while playing.
Yes, Thursday night. We were getting our characters ready. We both started in our starting zones, did the little basic quests in your little contained area, and
yeah.
Mitch made the epic adventure, the epic journey.
I made the wetlands run. Of course. Tom started as a night elf, classic, the second best race in World of Warcraft, and I started as a dwarf, the first best race in World of Warcraft. They're across the world from each other. So as a dwarf, I quested in my little zone, got to like level 7, and then I made the trek. I ran all the way to Teldrassil so that me and Tom could quest together in our starting zone.
Yep. So we're both right outside of, if you're familiar with WoW, we're both right outside of Shadowglen in Teldrassil. Mitch is level 8. I'm level 7. Mitch, full disclosure, I did play a little bit yesterday. I ran to Darnassus.
Oh.
No. Okay. I didn't progress.
Oh.
Dude, I didn't progress. You were 2 whole levels ahead of me. All right. I need to level up so we can match each other's power. But I also wanted to get my professions. So I ran to Darnassus and got my professions. I'm tailoring.
Yeah, I got skinning while I was on my way. I stopped in Ironforge and got skinning and stuff.
Yeah, I got enchanting and tailoring. I'm a night elf priest, by the way.
Oh, I might not have gotten leatherworking now that I think about it.
Well, we can run back to Darnassus and get it if you need
to. More running.
More running.
But yeah, I'm playing a dwarf hunter, and Tom's playing a priest.
I'm going full healer. Mitch is going beastmaster. So it's going to be fun. We're going to start our own guild. And
Fable Brothers Guild.
The Fable Brothers Guild. It's we're obviously on WoW Classic. What's the server we're on? Is it Night Rain? Shadow?
I think Night Slayer.
Night Slayer? We'll confirm. But yes, the goal the plan right now is to stream once a week at least, and we're probably going to do it on Tuesdays. So
yeah, we'll stream for like 3-4 hours.
Yeah, like Tuesday evenings. But yeah, we want this to. One of the reasons we chose WoW, obviously, is because we fucking love WoW. we've sank hundreds of hours into WoW individually. Maybe even thousands.
I've sank thousands of hours into World of Warcraft. I have so much time in that. It's definitely my most played game.
It's probably up there for me, if not the number one. But yeah, so we're doing the stream once a week, Tuesday nights, most likely. And go follow us over there. We have our own individual Twitch channels because we don't really know how to do it all on one channel. If there is a way for us to, there's not a way. It'll be too much.
Well, we would stream from that channel, and we would have to stream like our Discord at the bottom, like left of the screen, to have both our cameras in there. Like you'd have to do some fuck shit.
Yeah, it's just, and you'd be watching two different characters play at the same time. It's just, we both have our own channel on the Adventure Sage. Mitch is you're the dual wielder, right? Still on Twitch.
Yeah, I think so. Dual wielder. I'll go look.
So, yeah, we both have our own channel. We will have a Fable Brothers channel for when we do like a live play and stuff in the future. But right now we're sticking on our own Twitch streams. But we want this to be
WoW. Yeah.
Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. The other reason that we're doing WoW, besides just the fact that we love it, is because we want this to be a collaborative experience. If you play WoW, fucking come play with us. We're playing Classic, which means we need to know people. We need to know people if we want a dungeon. We can't just go on LFG. We need
to meet some guys.
Yeah, we need a guild. We're starting the guild. We want to be the best fucking guild on the server. All right? We're starting all the way at the bottom. By the time
we will reign.
Exactly. By the time we are level 60, we'll be top dogs. The Fable Brothers Guild will be the hottest guild in the server. And you'll be begging to join.
Hey, aren't those guys you pretend they're in a jacuzzi? Oh fuck.
Dude, I was when we were playing on Thursday and setting our characters up, I'm running around Shadow Glen and this fucking other person won't stop following me because I'm Fable Sage. That's my character's name. She goes, Fable Sage, more like Fable Wiener. And then they they kept following me around. Hey, Fable Wiener. Hey, look, it's Fable Wiener. I was like, yo, leave me alone. I'm trying to quest.
Bro logs on for 5 minutes is already getting bullied.
Leave me alone. I'm just trying to get out of Shadow Glen. Fable Wiener, yeah. Fable Wiener.
We got Fable Wiener over here. I'm Fable Wielder.
Would have made more sense.
Dual Wielder wasn't available. Dual Wielder wasn't available. So I'm Fable Wielder.
Yeah.
Adventure Sage wasn't available, so Tom's
Adventure Sage.
Fable Sage.
Adventure Sage is one letter too long. That pissed me the fuck off. It's one letter too long. You want
to be Adventure Sag?
No, I don't want to be Adventure Sag. Sorry. But yeah, no. So Fable Wiener, not Wiener. Fuck.
No, you're thinking your guy's Fable Wiener.
Fable Sage. So I'm Fable Sage. Full disclosure, Mitch, I was really bored yesterday because I am, like I said at the beginning of the episode, I'm pretty immobile right now. So this weekend was a video game weekend. I was just going to hang out, play video games, do a little D&D prep. I'm making a really cool fucking map of a dwarven city. Anyways, but I really wanted to play WoW yesterday, and I know you were busy, so I started a warrior. I started a dwarf warrior. Same realm, same server. Yeah, I need something to pass the time.
Bro needed it.
I needed it, dude. It's one of those things. It's either Civ or WoW.
Yeah, we gotta finish our Civ game.
The hell were we even doing in our last Civ game? Oh yeah,
we were fighting Persia.
Dude. Let's log off and do that. we can end the podcast 10 minutes early.
Let's go.
Yeah, we love Civ. Civ. Well, I actually wouldn't say I love Civ. I actually kind of hate Civ.
The love-hate relationship. Civ is that toxic ex that you can't get enough of.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, dude. It calls to me like the fucking Green Goblin mask.
It is like the metabolic time chamber from fucking. It's the time chamber from Dragon Ball Z, but in reverse. Where you go under the train, you're in there for 100 days, and you come out, and it's only been 2 hours. No, it's the opposite. You feel like you've been playing for 2 hours, and you look up at your clock, and it's 12:30 at night.
Yeah,
like it eats time. It just disappears. All your time just goes away when you play that game. Like, oh yeah, because each turn is like 4 minutes. And you don't even realize it's that long. Oh my god! Like you every time when you're done playing, you're like, "Fuck! I just spent 5 hours playing this shit." Why did I do that?
Yeah, dude, it like ruins a lot. Like there have been days where like even yesterday when I woke up, my back still hurt. I was like, I even told Hannah's not feeling good either. So like we were just having a chill day. Like we were having a nothing day. And I was like, I'm going to play video games all day. And I went downstairs. I finished the episode of Critical Role and I played Civ for like 4 hours. It was fun. It was awesome. But there was a certain point where like one of my cities got taken and it like really put me like back a peg in the game. And I was like, why am I doing this? Why am I not playing WoW and like actually progressing? Or why am I not building world building for my D&D campaign? I just X'd out of the game. I didn't even save.
Yeah, well, that's the problem is like with Civ, the moment you start to lose, you're like, oh, I just wasted 5 hours of my time.
Yeah.
Because I'm not even going to win. And even if I do win, I'm going to see the win screen and be like, oh, okay. And then turn it off. It's like, there's no point. Unless you're playing with friends, there's really no point to play that game.
Civ with friends is a whole different beast.
Yeah, especially when your friends are all, yeah, if you have like 10 people playing and they're at war and, oh, he's fucking killing me.
Dude,
everyone attack him.
I think we should try and get like, we've done it in the past where we got like a Civ server with like 7 of our friends. But I think we should do it where it's only us. It's only our nations. There's no NPC nations.
That would be fun.
I think that'd be pretty fun. And I think we have to do it on marathon pace. We can't do standard or else it would progress into chaos too fast.
Epic, not marathon.
Yeah, not
marathon is like, it's like 40 turns to upgrade a tile.
Yeah, marathon sucks. I tried it because I was like, you know what? I really want to like in-depth. I want things to take time. I don't want to progress so fast. I played marathon. No. Epic is insane. The perfect one. The perfect pace. But yeah, dude, we need to do that. Maybe one day. Too many video games to play, not enough time.
Maybe we should. Yeah, let's talk about, you played any D&D this week, Tom?
No, I didn't.
I didn't either.
No, I didn't play any D&D this week because, like I said, Hannah, my fiance, she's not feeling so great right now. She's got like a pretty bad cold, COVID negative, thank goodness, but she's got a pretty bad cold. So I canceled D&D. Our schedule, our October schedule is filled up pretty well. So we played 2 weeks ago, and then we have 2 more weeks of playing, and then we're skipping 1 week at the end of October, and then when you come in, we're playing again. So my goal is, like I said, to play 3 times a month. And right now we hit that. So when she wasn't feeling very good on Thursday, I was like, you know what? We could push through it because it was like just the start of her starting to feel sick. So she wasn't feeling horrible. But I was like, let's just err on the side of caution.
Let's just call it.
Yeah, we're just going to call it. And also I was very busy that day. So I was feeling very overwhelmed to prep the session. I was like, you know what? Maybe this is a sign. Just cancel the session. I'll be able to watch Critical Role. I could catch up on the shit I need to do. And yeah, so no D&D this week, but I'm very excited for the sessions to come. I'm also very excited. I fall into this trap whenever I am watching Critical Role and I'm really into what they're doing, where I go, ooh, I want to do that. I want to do something like that.
Yeah, you just take their stuff out of their campaign.
Yeah, I basically just steal from them and reskin it. But I can't. I got to resist the urge. But they're going to they're like in the next few sessions, they're going to be going to a giant dwarven city. And I was like, ooh, I could kind of do some like political intrigue, little plot line that they're doing right now. Kind of like what they're doing in Critical Role. I plan for your guest character to jump in right when they get to this big city. So we got to work on that. But
yeah, we need to figure out what my guest character is going to be.
Yeah,
it seems like it's turned into something completely different than it was when we first thought of it.
The problem is the campaign. It's so early in the campaign, where like we haven't like they aren't on like any specific arc or plot line yet. They're kind of in that transition period where they're about to go out to the greater world and leave the starting town. So it's like I don't know exactly what's gonna happen right now. It's hard to plan.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll just print out a Master Chief mini and I'll play as him.
There you go. Sergeant.
I'm going blinky mode.
Sir, I threw up.
I threw up.
I'm
returning the beholder back. It's Bob.
Did Master Chief's in Helldivers now? They did a collab.
ODST is in Helldivers. Master Chief is a Spartan too, dog.
Sorry, bro. Sorry.
You would know if I would know if Master Chief's in Helldivers. He's my favorite fictional character.
I heard they were doing a collab with Halo. I just thought Master Chief was going to be in there. Sorry, talking out my ass.
Dude, I would fucking send them $80 immediately for a Master Chief in Helldivers. I don't give a fuck. He's my profile picture on Discord right now as we're talking.
Yeah. Dude, Helldivers is so good. It's one of those games where it's one of those tragedies, because when they had that whole Sony debacle where you needed to make a Sony account or you couldn't play, like,
and they just nuked their own product.
Yeah, they nuked their own fucking user base. And like, it was one of those things where it's just one of those games, very much like Space Marine 2. They did not plan it to be as big as it was, and it was like this insane success story, and like everyone loved it. There was no one talking bad about it, and then they shot themselves in the fucking foot, just like any good gaming studio does.
Well, technically, it wasn't them. It was Sony. It wasn't the studio who made the game. And the studio who made the game was fighting against it, but Sony was like, nah, fuck you. And then they still did it anyways. And then they lost a ton of players. That's a tale as old as time with like indie devs. The same thing happened with Valheim. That was like a team of like 2 or 3 people. And that game blew up. And then it died because they only had 2 or 3 people. They couldn't keep up with the demand. Like, it was an early access game that was released. It was super well received. Huge game at the time when it came out. And it was just a small little indie game. And they were like, oh, well, we're going to do all this other stuff because the game is going to be way bigger than we thought. And they just couldn't deliver. It just took forever to get out. So the game just died.
Yeah.
So that's just the indie small game debacle. And the thing is, nowadays, those are the good games. It's the indie games developed by a couple passionate people. Those giant conglomerate company built games, they're all failing. They're all horrible for the most part. Like, they're just bad. Everyone wants to shove their ideas in, or just like they just make bad decisions. There's 80 meetings just to add one thing into a game. Like, it's not good.
Yep. That's the way it goes. Yeah, but anyways, weird episode today. Not a whole lot to talk about, but I'm very excited for Critical Role. I'm very angry at the current state of D&D, even though I think it's not as bad as people are saying. I think the fearmongers need to stop fearmongering, but I also think D&D needs to fucking buckle up and make an actual campaign.
Fearmongering over.
D&D's not dead.
It's time to jump into Critical Role again.
Critical Role's back, which inadvertently means D&D is back.
We are so back.
D&D's back, and just release a book and I'll stop complaining, because I really like the new edition, and I think people need to stop being crybabies about it, because it's really good. And then, we're going to start streaming WoW, so be on the lookout. If you want to follow our Twitch accounts, you can go. There's a link tree at the top of whatever profile. If you're listening, oh, wait, I need to talk about something. Before we end the podcast. I need to retcon something that I said in last episode. At the beginning of last episode, I said, don't worry. You don't got to follow anything new. You don't got to do this. And that's true. YouTube, we're fine. YouTube's good. Just a different playlist. Click on this video. You're good to go. You don't got to follow a new account or anything. Spotify, you do have to follow a new show. It is a new show. I decided ultimately to not continue with the Sage's Nook, and just like, because I was debating between starting a new show and just rebranding the Sage's Nook. Rebranding the Sage's Nook would have been good in the short term, but it would have been very confusing to have like all the Sage's Nook episodes before episode 1 of Dice Trade Jacuzzi. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to make a new show. It's still under the same account. It's under the Fable Brothers, but new show. So you got to look for it if it's on Spotify. And my last thing, not sponsored, of course. I fucking hate Apple Podcasts. I am not putting this podcast on Apple Podcasts. It is the most insane fucking sequence of hoops that I have to jump through just to get a single episode of a podcast out. I gotta pay $20 just to freaking get this thing out there, and then I have to file as a business. No. If you listen to Apple Podcasts, listen on another platform, because it sucks. I don't know a single person who's like, I listen to Apple Music. I am so frustrated. I sank like 4 hours trying to get this episode onto Apple, and I eventually just gave up. Once they paywalled me, I gave up. They had to make a new Apple ID for the Fable Brothers. It doesn't stop at that either. I make a new Apple ID. And I'm like, okay, I can make a new Apple ID for Fable Brothers. That's easy enough. It's not the easiest thing in the world to make an Apple ID because it's such a convoluted process. But that's not even it. You have to have an active device with that Apple ID. For those of you who don't know, if you're using an Apple product, your Apple product is tied to your Apple ID, which means if I want to, you can message people off of your laptop or your iPad. You have to have an entire Apple device that has that Apple ID. The Fable Brothers is not my personal Apple ID, which means I would need to go buy a new laptop in order to have an Apple active ID. And I cannot put the podcast up on Apple Podcasts unless I have a device that is activated with that Apple ID. So no, I'm not going to buy a new MacBook Air so I can put our fucking podcast up on Apple Podcasts. Fuck you. I hate Apple Podcasts. We are not doing Apple Podcasts. Do not look for us on Apple Podcasts. We will never be on Apple Podcasts. Maybe we will eventually if the podcast blows up. But right now, no. Not doing Apple Podcasts. I completely lost my train of thought with what I was doing before, but I needed to come out and say that because in the previous episode I said, I'm looking into getting it on Apple. No, fuck that. I'm looking to not get it on Apple now. No.
Yeah, we want to not be on there.
Fuck that, dude. It was so agonizing. All right, now
that's funny. That's funny.
I'm drinking hater juice today.
You're drinking haterade.
Yeah.
Tom, let's hit up a little monster mode. How about that?
All right.
Let's do a monster mode really quick. I'll do a monster mode.
Before we end things, we'll do a little monster mode. While Mitch is pulling that up, I do want to revisit the thought I had before I started shitting on Apple. If you want to follow our Twitches, if you want to follow anything that we do, there's a link tree. We have a link tree at the top of our YouTube account. I'll put it in the Spotify account too. But that's where you can find all of our links. So if you want to go to the Spotify and you're on YouTube, if you want to go to YouTube and you're on Spotify, if you want to visit our Twitches, just click that one link and it'll give you a nice, neat little list. All right. So Mitch is getting monster mode ready. For those of you who are new to the podcast, this is a very fun segment we do where we take a look at the new monster manual, the 2024 monster manual, and Mitch is going to choose a monster right off the rip. He's not going to tell me what it is. I'm going to try and guess it. And once I guess it, I'm going to make an encounter around it. So Mitch.
Hell yeah.
With that being said, do you have your monster chosen?
Yes.
All right.
It's going to be really hard for you not to guess it immediately.
All right. Well, let me go to the D&D Beyond monster manual just so I can pull it up once I guess it. Okay. I'm ready.
All right. Again, I'm going to blank out the name of the creature in its own description. Blank are suits of armor animated by magic. Rather than being unreasoned automatons, these armored shells possess the guile of soldiers and resilience against destructive magic. While their name suggests sinister intentions, these creatures serve their creators loyally. Blank are also sometimes called doom guards or spirit armors. Most show no evidence of a personality, but exceptions exist. Blank might perform any number of assignments, and then it has a table to roll on.
Fuck, it's not animated armor, it's the other one. Fuck, what is it called? Why am I blanking on this?
By the way, new art for this is amazing.
Fuck! Oh! It's on the tip of my tongue. It's the other one. It's not animated armor. It is... Oh my god, bro. This is gonna piss me off.
I'll read the commands out. The blank follows commands 2, and then it's a D6 table. Carry its master's plankin through the air. I don't know what the fuck a plankwin is. Defend a remarkable treasure or piece of armor by incorporating the item into its being. Imitate a dead or imprisoned hero by using their armor and weapons. Perform as a laborer or servant. Serve in a legion formed from the armors of the land's ancient defenders, or stand sentry in a gallery of mundane armors.
Dude,
come on, it's the classic Scooby-Doo villain when they're in the museum and the suit of armor starts moving.
I know, bro. I know. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. It's not animated armor. It's... Dude, you're going to have to tell me. I'm just looking through the names in the monster manual right now, and I can't even find it.
Okay, I'll do this. Spell immunity. The blank is immune to 3 spells chosen by its creator.
Shield Guardian.
No.
Is it a golem?
It's a construct.
Just fucking tell me.
The Helmed Horror.
Helmed Horror. Yep, that's what it is. Oh, that one pissed me off. That one pissed me the fuck off. All right, so let's look it up really quick now.
Monster mode.
Monster mode.
Bang!
Helmed Horror. Oh yeah, super cool artwork. I'll put it in the podcast. Very cool artwork. Okay, here's what's coming to mind already. I like it when monsters subvert your expectations. So I think this Helmed Horror, I think it should be I think this Helmed Horror should not be a Helmed Horror when the party sees the armor for the first time. I think whatever adversary, this is like a sentry. It's a construct. This is not the main antagonist of any campaign or plotline or anything like that. But I think it would be cool. Whatever your main antagonist is, they have a general that follows them around, and that general is wearing the armor of the Helmed Horror. So your party, you devise some sort of plotline to get your party to go try and kill this general. What I think is the party inevitably is going to try and get the jump on them. You know, get them when they're at their house, get them when they're unprepared, get them when they're not ready. So what you do is you have the general in whatever combat is about to ensue not wearing the armor. Maybe they're just in like ornamental garb, or they're not ready for battle. And then the party surrounds them. We got you. You're unarmed. You're blah, blah, blah. General goes, nuh-uh. Snaps his fingers, and the fucking armor on the shelf just... And now they got two adversaries to fight instead of one. I think that would be very cool if, like, the armor... that the general... I'm taking more of, like, an animated armor approach with this, but I think the Helmed Horror... They're animated by magic, so it's basically the same thing.
The Helmed Horror is like a more powerful animated armor.
Yeah. So I think it would be cool if, like, with the snap of a fingers, the general can just, actually, I'm not wearing the armor right now, but the armor is going to be my bodyguard. It's a series of bodyguards.
Hell yeah.
So
yeah, I think you have these things in some sort of chamber where the chamber either A, fills with gas, B, has a paralysis aura, because they're immune to, like, everything.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. Jeez. Yeah, this thing is cool. This thing is really cool. And it's a lower CR4, so you can throw it at like a mid-level party and it'll still be a fair fight. Yeah, I think this is a really cool thing. That's definitely what I would do. I would have the Helmed Horror be a set of armor first and foremost that someone wears, and then that person can always, if they're caught unprepared, they just cast a spell and the armor comes to life.
Or it's like the classic, it's almost like Shang-Chi with the rings, where like he's wearing the Helmed Horror as he's fighting you, and then the Helmed Horror like detaches itself and attacks and then reattaches itself to him.
Oh, that would be sick.
Yeah, where it's like recall armor, like Iron Man.
Yeah, or like
he can attack and then recall and then like protect himself with the AC, and then the armor pops off again and starts fighting again.
That's such a cool idea. Or like you design a homebrew boss that like can use their bonus action to like cast something, and the armor flies off and makes its own adversary. And then when let's say you're starting to defeat the general, he can summon all the armor on him, and then he is now inside the Helmed Horror, so you have to kill the armor before you can get to him again. That would be cool. Something like that. Yeah, that's a really cool mechanic of being able to just like shed and wear your armor with a bonus action or something. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I'm definitely
the boss does go down, and then the Helmed Horror throws himself for the boss to wear it. And then it just walks him out while he's unconscious. Like he's just in the armor unconscious, and the Helmed Horror is running away.
Yeah,
just like starts floating away with him.
Just a sentry, just a dead body in the armor. Hover. Yeah,
I like the idea of the Helmed Horror is like you're in like a chamber, or you're like in a chamber with like pits everywhere. And like when you walk in the chamber, they just kind of float out of the holes slowly.
That'd be cool. Let me see. Is there a new Helmed Horror mini?
Oh God, I hope so.
because this is actually giving me a lot of inspiration for my current campaign. This is like the perfect enemy for my current campaign, because my current campaign, I've talked about it in previous episodes of the Sage's Nook, but it's a very gritty campaign, very grounded, not going to go super high level. So this type of enemy is right up my alley right now. Let's see. Miniature market, not sponsored, but this is there's a new mini. It's fucking awesome. Miniature market is a great place to look for singular minis out of the giant sets that WizKids releases. You pay a little bit of a premium for it, but because you're being able to choose instead of just doing random grab boxes, but it's pretty worth it. I love miniature market. They're my main go-to when I'm not 3D printing minis. I'm going to miniature market. Not sponsored, but maybe in the future. Miniature market.
Maybe in the future. All right, everyone. I think that was Monster Mode this week.
A quick segment for Monster Mode, but I think that's a really cool idea. It didn't require a lot of explanation. Yeah, we caught lightning in a bottle immediately, but yeah, we'll leave you there this week. We're right at time here, so a little bit of a weird episode. Not a whole lot to talk about, but as the weeks go on, we'll keep going, and hopefully D&D gives us some good news. Some good. Whoa! I'm tired of defending the new edition. It's good. It's good. People, please just like it. D&D, release other content so people like the new stuff you just put out. Please. I can't keep fighting these battles. Every time I post something about me liking the new edition better than the previous edition on TikTok or Instagram, my comments just flood. Nope, previous edition is better. You're bad. You're bad. Please. It's just my opinion. Please, D&D, please help me. I'm fighting for you. I've got arrows in my back.
I'm fighting for the multi-million-dollar company.
Please. I'm trying to increase shareholder value. Help me. All right, let's get the fuck out of here.
All right.
Well, thank you for everyone for.
Thank you, everyone.
Sorry.
I'll say it. Thank you, everyone, for listening, watching, whatever you're listening to this on. Definitely not fucking Apple Podcasts. We appreciate you. Follow us on our socials. We got the Fable Brothers YouTube channel.
Please share, like, comment, things that help the algorithm. We're a small podcast, but we're trying to not be a small podcast. We're trying to be big. But right now, the thing that helps the most is when you like, when you share it, when you comment. Please comment. We actually, if you have any questions or anything, we haven't done a segment on this podcast yet, but we have a segment called Wisdom Check, where if you comment a question, we will answer it on our Wisdom Check segment. Or if you just want to have us talk about a topic, if you're like, hey, I'd really appreciate it if you guys shed some light on this topic, or, D&D related, of course, TTRPG, Warhammer, whatever, nerd stuff related, of course, but a question, a topic you want us to tackle, comment. DMing me is fine. But again, commenting helps the algorithm. So if you're going to ask, we'd prefer you comment, because it just helps everything move along nice and swiftly. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Weird episode today. We'll be back next week. Mitch, you got anything else to say?
No, I think that's it. Let's go. We out.